Once in a small village, there lived a girl named Tina. Tina loved to dance. Every morning, she twirled in front of the small mirror in a tiny room, pretending to be on a big stage, performing for the whole village. "Mama, one day I will be the best dancer in the village," she declared, spinning around happily. Her mother smiled as she stirred a pot of soup. "My dear, dreams are wonderful, but they take hard work." Tina nodded eagerly. She was ready to work hard. But there was a problem. She had never been to a real dance school. In her village, only children who could afford to pay could learn from the famous dance teacher, Madam Nkiru. Tina often watched them practice in the village square, longing to be one of them. One evening, she gathered her courage and walked up to the group. "Please let me dance with you," she said. Lami, the best dancer in the group, laughed. "You, dance with us? You didn't learn from Madam Nkiru's school?" The other children giggled. "But I love dancing," Tina said, feeling her cheeks burn. Lami crossed her arms. "Loving dance is not enough. You have to learn the right steps. You don't belong here." Tina's heart sank as the children turned away from her. That night, Tina sat outside watching the moonlight dance on the river. "Mama, why can't I join them?" she asked sadly. Her mother sighed. "Sometimes people think only those with money can succeed. But my dear, you have something more important. Passion." Tina hugged her knees. "But how do I get better if no one will teach me?" Her mother kissed her forehead. "The world has many teachers. Maybe yours is waiting for you." Tina wasn't sure what her mother meant, but she held on to her words as hope. The next day, while walking through the village market, Tina saw an old woman sitting under a big tree. She had a small wooden box in front of her, and inside it lay a pair of red shoes. The shoes sparkled in the sunlight. The old woman smiled. "Do you like them?" "They are beautiful," Tina whispered. "Would you like to try them on?" the woman asked. Tina shook her head. "I don't have money." The old woman chuckled. "These shoes are not for sale. They find their owner." Tina hesitated, then slowly slipped her feet into the shoes. As soon as they touched her skin, something amazing happened. Her feet tingled, and suddenly they started moving on their own. She twirled, leapt, and spun like never before. "I'm dancing," she gasped. The old woman nodded. "These shoes will help you, but remember, dance from your heart, not just with your feet." Tina bowed deeply. "Thank you, ma'am." But when she looked up again, the old woman had disappeared. Every night, Tina wore the red shoes and practiced in secret. The shoes made her feet move gracefully. She could spin like the wind, leap like a gazelle, and twirl like a whirlwind. One evening, her younger brother Chika peeked through the door and gasped, "Tina, you're amazing." Tina grinned. "Shh, it's a secret." Chika nodded. "You should show the village." Tina bit her lip. "Not yet, but soon." Tina was walking home from the market when she heard the sound of drums in the village square. Curious, she rushed toward the crowd gathering near the chief's hut. The village crier, a tall man with a deep voice, stood in the middle holding his talking drum. He struck it 3 times before speaking. "Hear ye, hear ye! The great village dancing competition will take place in 3 days. The winner will become the lead dancer at the festival." The crowd erupted in cheers. Children whispered excitedly, and dancers from Madam Nkiru's school grinned proudly. Lami tossed her braided hair back and smirked. "Well, we all know who's going to win." Her friends giggled. Tina's heart pounded. She knew this was her chance. This was the moment she had been waiting for. She took a deep breath and stepped forward. "I will enter the competition." Lami spun around, her eyebrows raised. "You?" Tina nodded firmly. "Yes." Lami burst into laughter. "Tina, dancing is not just moving your feet. It's about grace, skill, and training. Things you don't have." Tina lifted her chin. "I've been practicing." The other dancers whispered among themselves, some snickering, others looking surprised. Lami crossed her arms. Let me guess, you've been practicing in front of your mirror? That's not enough. You need real training. Tina clenched her fists but refused to back down. We'll see at the competition. Madam Nkiru, the famous dance teacher, who had been watching from the side, stepped forward. She adjusted her wrapper and looked at Tina carefully. Are you sure you want to compete, child? The best dancers from my school will be there. Tina swallowed hard, but nodded. I'm sure. Madam Nkiru studied her for a moment, then smiled slightly. Very well, let the best dancer win. Tina felt her legs shaking as she walked home. Chika, her younger brother, ran beside her, his eyes wide with excitement. Tina, you're really going to compete? Yes, she said, more to herself than to him. Chika grinned. Then you need to practice even more. Show them what you can do. Tina smiled at her little brother. I will. That evening, Tina sat on a mat, staring at the red shoes beside her. Could she really win? The shoes had helped her so far, but was that enough? Her mother entered the room and sat beside her. You're quiet, my child. What's on your mind? Tina sighed. Mama, do you think I can win? Her mother smiled softly. Do you think you can? Tina hesitated. I don't know. The other dancers trained for years. I've only been practicing on my own. Her mother took her hands gently. Tina, sometimes the best dancers are not the ones with the most training, but the ones who dance with their hearts. Tina looked down at the red shoes. But what if I lose? Mama squeezed her hand. Then you will have tried your best, and that is what truly matters. Winning is good, but dancing because you love it is better. Tina thought for a moment. Mama, do you think these shoes are magic? Her mother glanced at them and smiled. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But remember, my child, no shoe can replace what is already inside you. Tina's heart felt lighter, but doubt still lingered. Just then, Chika ran into the room breathless. Tina, come outside. You have to see this. Tina and her mother followed him to the backyard where the moon shone brightly. Chika grinned. Dance, Tina, just once, under the moon. Tina hesitated, then slowly put on the red shoes. The moment they touched her feet, she felt a familiar tingling sensation. She took a deep breath and closed her eyes. The night breeze whispered through the trees as the music of the crickets filled the air. Slowly, she began to move. She twirled, leaped, and spun like a whirlwind, her feet barely touching the ground. She felt free, like she was flying. Her mother watched in awe. Tina, that is the most beautiful dance I've ever seen. Chika clapped excitedly. You're amazing. Those dancers won't know what hit them. Tina stopped, breathing hard. A new confidence filled her heart. For the first time, she believed it too. I'm ready, she whispered. Her mother kissed her forehead. Then go, my child, and dance with all your heart. Tina smiled, knowing that no matter what happened at the competition, she would give it everything she had. The whole village gathered for the competition. One by one, dancers performed. Lami was graceful, spinning with perfect moves. The crowd clapped loudly. Then it was Tina's turn. She took a deep breath and stepped forward. As soon as the music started, the red shoes worked their magic. Tina twirled, leaped, and spun like a whirlwind. The crowd gasped. She moves like the wind, someone whispered. The drummers played faster, and Tina danced faster, her heart soaring with joy. When the music stopped, the crowd was silent for a moment. Then they erupted in loud cheers. Bravo, Tina. She danced like a dream. Even Madam Nkiru, the famous dance teacher, clapped in amazement. Lami stared, speechless. The village chief stood up. The winner of this year's competition is Tina. Tina covered her mouth in shock. Me? Yes, you, the chief said with a smile. Because you dance with heart. Lami lowered her head. I was wrong about you, Tina. Tina smiled and reached out her hand. Come, let's dance together. Lami took her hand and together they danced. From that day on, Tina became the lead dancer of the village festival. But she never forgot the old woman's words, "Dance from your heart." And every night, she placed the red shoes beside her bed, she whispered, "Thank you." Because now she knew the magic wasn't just in the shoes, it was in her all along. The end.